to legends arisen, where history breathes and greatness echoes through time. He came from the cold, wind-swept steppes of Mongolia, born into betrayal, raised in exile, and forged by survival. The world would come to fear his name, Genghis Khan. But what made this man more than just a conqueror? What turned a fatherless nomad into the architect of the largest land empire in human history? This is not just a story of blood and battle. It's a story of vision, unity, and unstoppable will. Before he was Genghis Khan, he was Temujin, a boy abandoned by his tribe after his father was poisoned. Left with nothing but a grieving mother and a handful of siblings, he learned early that the world takes no pity on the weak. At one point, he was even enslaved by a rival clan, shackled, humiliated, and beaten, yet never broken. Pain became his teacher, hunger, his drive. And above all, the betrayal of kin taught him a lesson he would never forget. Trust must be earned. Loyalty must be absolute. Mongolia was divided, countless clans, endless feuds. But Temujin had a vision, not of power for its own sake, but of unity. He broke tradition by promoting men based on loyalty and talent, not bloodlines. Some called it betrayal. He called it justice. He forged alliances with diplomacy, then defended them with steel. And when betrayal came, as it often did, he responded not with vengeance alone, but with swift, calculated fury. Through fire and discipline, he united the Mongol tribes under one name, Khan. Genghis Khan didn't just wage war, he redefined it. Fast, flexible, and ruthless, his army struck like lightning. Horseback archers moved like shadows, vanishing before enemies even knew what hit them. He studied every opponent, adapted to every terrain, and turned fear into a weapon. He used psychological warfare, fake retreats, and brutal efficiency to crush larger armies. He didn't build walls, he broke them, and he didn't follow rules, he rewrote them. Genghis Khan wasn't just a warlord, he was a lawgiver. He introduced the Yasa, a code that bound his empire with discipline, order, and equality. Under his rule, merchants were protected, religions respected, and theft harshly punished. Even a commoner could rise to greatness if he had the strength and loyalty. In a time when power often came through fear, Genghis offered something rare: fairness. Ruthless on the battlefield, yes, but off it, he built roads, promoted trade, and demanded justice, even from his own sons. From China to the Caspian Sea, from the icy forests of Siberia to the scorching sands of Central Asia, Genghis Khan's shadow stretched across continents. No empire moved as fast, no ruler struck as hard. His armies toppled dynasties, dismantled fortresses, and crushed any who stood in the way. But behind the storm was a vision, not just of conquest, but connection. The Silk Road flourished under his watch. Cultures mixed, ideas flowed, and for a moment in history, one man's rule touched half the known world. Genghis Khan died in 1227, but his legacy never did. His descendants ruled empires from Russia to India, reshaping the political map for centuries. His innovations in warfare, governance, and communication echo through time. Though many remember the terror, few remember the tolerance. Though many fear the conqueror, they forget the unifier. Genghis Khan was a paradox, the sword that brought peace, the destroyer who built bridges. History remembers Genghis Khan as a brutal force, and he was. But if you look closer, you'll see something deeper. He was not just a man of war, but of will, a leader who rose from nothing, unified the divided, and carved his name into the bones of history, not by luck, but by relentless focus. He reminds us that greatness isn't born, it's forged, not in comfort, but in challenge, not through rage, but through mastery of it. His life wasn't perfect, but it was purposeful. Genghis Khan was feared for his power, but remembered for his discipline. He didn't conquer the world through rage, but through relentless focus, loyalty, and vision beyond borders. The lesson: control your fire, channel it, and nothing can stop you.